What's the crack, guys? My name is Colm. We are here at Fit 100, and in this next video series I want to talk to you about speed, and specifically speed for GAA. When we get into this, I'm going to break it down into a couple of different sections, and I'm going to put maybe 1 or 2 videos per section to bring you up to speed and how to train for speed. Now, I've already covered a series called Gym in GAA, which is about trying to strike the balance between going to the gym and getting the most out of GAA. In that series, I did touch a lot on training in the weight room and lifting and splits and routines and all that kind of stuff and planning out your year. Now, all of that information will be applicable here. The first aspect in terms of developing speed is going to be about developing strength and developing power. I'm not going to spend too much time going into too much depth on that, but ultimately that is going to be what you're doing in the weight room. Once you have your foundation of strength and your foundation of power, what's next is actually being able to use that and be able to use it rapidly. So you could be super strong and be able to squat 200 kilos, but if you can't call upon that strength in a rapid fashion, which is what you need on a sports pitch, then it's not going to be much good to you in terms of speed or acceleration. So the second thing we're going to talk about is called speed strength, which is going to be the recruitment of that strength and the recruitment of those motor units in order to rapidly respond, change direction, or accelerate forward. The third thing we're going to talk about is your base, okay? So very simple with regard to base. If I stand here and if I'm in a race going that way and I'm racing someone who is standing more so like this, obviously this person is going to beat me. So that base is going to be really important for getting yourself in the right position to go in whatever direction you want to go. Another example, if I'm a tackler and I get a shoulder here and I'm knocked over to the right, if I have really good stability and I'm able to balance in that one leg, now I'm able to go forwards, backwards, left or right. Whereas if I get hit on this side, I get knocked over to this leg and I have very poor stability, and all of a sudden this happens and then I stumble, then I'm already 2 steps out of place and I've lost 2 steps. And 2 steps is going to be all the difference when it comes to getting to the next ball. They're the first 3 things. So strength and power in the gym, transferring that over to speed strength and being able to use that to produce force rapidly. Third thing then is going to be our stability. So again, base position and getting nice and stable. After that, we're going to talk about acceleration. So those first 3 steps, they're so crucial. So those first 3 steps, what are we doing? What are we thinking about? And it's specifically in a straight line. So that acceleration phase in a straight line, that's the next thing we'll talk about. After that, we'll get on to top speed or absolute speed, or when you're up at speed, what you should be doing and what kind of things you can do to improve your technique in that. So when I'm accelerating, it looks more so like this, whereas when I'm at top speed, I'm much more upright and it's a little bit different. So we're going to talk about that separately. Next thing, we're going to talk about multi-direction speed, so change of direction. And we all know GAA is very much so left and right. Rugby, as an example, is much more up and down, whereas GAA, there's so much side-to-side movement. And there's a lot that we can actually learn from, what foot position we should be in and what kind of base we should have and where we should be pressing the load or pressing the forces when we're trying to change direction. So that section is going to be really important. The one other thing then that we could talk about is endurance or speed endurance. So you could be the fastest player on the pitch for the first sprint or the first 2 sprints, but then you could be absolutely knackered after that. And if you are absolutely knackered after that, obviously, it's going to affect your performance. So you need to strike a balance between being super fast, super strong, and really powerful and explosive, and as a result have loads of acceleration, loads of speed, and some good change of direction. But if you can only do that for the first 5 minutes and then you begin to get fatigued, then that's not going to really serve you for the rest of the game. So to go through the topics again, we're going to talk about strength and power in the gym. We're going to talk about transferring that strength and power from the gym into speed strength, which is again being able to call upon that strength and power and being able to apply it in a specific direction in terms of our acceleration or change of direction. We're then going to talk about our base, so our setup position, so that we're in a good position to initiate our acceleration. After that, we're going to talk about acceleration. After acceleration, we're going to talk about absolute speed, or when we're up at speed, what we should be doing. And then we're going to talk about multi-directional speed, so changing directions, or agility. Classically, that would be called agility. And then finally, we're going to talk about the conditioning side of things. I'm really excited about this video series. I hope you are too. I know a lot of people have been asking for it. So if you like the video, make sure you like the video. Give it a share if you think you know anyone who'd be interested in it. And I will see you in the next video. Slán.
Yes.